Hello, hello, hello! Insomniac, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. So yeah, first things. I'm gonna have to have this thing playing basically non-stop today, volume-wise. I cannot get the background hum and noise that this thing has gone. On the other games, you can kind of get it there, and it's got a little bit, but it's pretty minor and not that noticeable. But no matter what I did, I couldn't get rid of it on this game, so we're gonna basically keep it running the entire stream here. So if it gets a little bit too loud or a little bit too annoying, just let me know, and we'll turn it down a bit. Alrighty, so TNA, super straightforward, super simple. You're gonna be shooting these grid shots right here in the middle to unlock your reactor. Hit the scoop to start the reactor, get up top, smash it around, get the reactor hot, and then destroy it via one of these destroy shots. And sometimes the rad shots and whatnot. Oh, you know what? You're right, I do. Let's get that turned on. And this one, because I totally forgot to do that. That's probably a little bit better, hey? Yeah. So, yeah, it's probably a little bit clearer now. So, skill shot will get us started right into the reactor. Yeah, I do have a face. Actually, is that? Yeah, that's about right. Kind of looks a little bit hot on the playfield, but I think that's okay. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Let's try like... somewhere in there, probably. About that. Okay, so making the skill shot up top, the no lane changes, hitting the one that's set up there will get us started on our reactor, which is pretty awesome. Color's a bit off. Let's see if we can get that tweaked. Yeah, that's a bit better. Little bit better. All right, let's get going. Skill shot, please. No, missed it. It's been a while since I played this game. I like it, but it's definitely a fast, brutal game that doesn't always suit my mood. Ooh. That's a lucky save. Yeah, look at me. Look at me, Luca. Oh boy. Should have known that would happen. So, a big part of this game, when you've got reactors unlocked, doing successful skill shots is a pretty good thing because you're going to be getting into those reactors easier, utilizing your ball saves. Utilizing those ball saves time to get up top is going to be pretty handy as well. Okay, so we have our first destroy shot is on the right pop, which is my nemesis. I always... shit. Another thing that I just missed is if you have one of the white lanes flashing for save, if you get it over in time and save it, you're good to go. So yeah, I'm just gonna let it play out just so you can see how bad the background hum is on this thing. With no filters, it's pretty crazy. I think it's probably actually louder than the music is, and it picks up stuff like the score credit displays. Yeah, it does have same aesthetic as Far Cry Blood Dragon, which is a fun game. Let's see, should be getting the hum right away here. Right about there. Terrible, terrible. So we're gonna stay in the game the entire time. Damn it. Also, if you drain, skill shot's gone, so you only get one successful plunge. There is combos from hitting multiple loops and stuff. Can't remember if the value's like super great on those, but it'd take me a while to get a feel for this. The passing in this game is tough. I know you can do tap passing in this, and I think I'm gonna try to work on tap passing in this quite a bit today. So you'll probably see some unsuccessful tap passes quite often. Yeah, I was talking about the direct video capture. So I thought I had an HDMI splitter here, but I don't. Otherwise I would have done direct capture today. But the score credits are a real rough one to capture. Shats pass, I am not good at those. I'm actually terrible at them. It's funny hearing George talk about them because he talks about them as if he's not good at them, but watching him do it, I'm like, yeah, I suck at that. But that is definitely a huge part of this game. If you can successfully get it down. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like games from a certain era, you basically have to actually utilize the game. It's like Paragon. Like if you can't tap pass and you try to play a Paragon, you'll not have a good time. Come on.
Welcome to the future.
Okay. So the other thing I didn't mention was the locks. Locks are pretty straightforward. Backhand's the safest way to get it. However, due to how difficult it is for me to get from one flipper to another, I'll often take the risk of trying to shoot from the left. It's a little bit of a janky lock there. There's our bonus multiplier. Bonus multiplier is pretty substantial on this game, especially when you have a good ball. Alright, so I want to get my second ball locked. I'd like to get the grid completed before I actually start the multi-ball, and being that I'm on the right side of the grid, I might actually go for that first. Just so I don't accidentally start my multi-ball. Even though the saying for this game is always be multi-balling, I don't want to take that risk right now. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna get a couple quick locks here. If I can get up into the top here and start the reactor, I'd like to do that. Oh, brutal. So here, whether or not I get the skill shot, the reactor was lit up, so I'm ready to roll into there. This is like the longest sequence where you're not playing a ball in like any pinball machine. It's skippable, which is great. Alright, so we want to not do that. We want to smash the grid and try to get at least one ball up in the top there. Yes. No. Wow, terrible multi-ball. Brutal. So you can build up the grid in there while you're in the reactor itself. Did I destroy that reactor? No. Okay, so I'm still in this reactor right now. So that collects our reactor jackpots. You can build up the reactor value at the top or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a hot minute. So here we'll get the reactor primed. destroys on the pop again. I can't remember if the first destroy is always off the first pop bumper.
Multiplier increased.
That was easy. But for most of the other ones, it's going to alternate, especially as you get going. Yeah, it does take a long time to get the reactor ready. But, what can happen is you can get those double shots, which substantially shortens the time it takes to build up your reactor. Sound balance, is that okay? Volume versus me? Let me know if it's a little bit off. Come on. Yeah.
Lane save. Level 2. Reactor unlocked. Skill shot complete. Please
Awesome.
stand by for reactor startup sequence. Reactor online.
As you progress through the game, the reactors also will have different music. It's part of what I love about this game. Come on. Alright, so we got the hard one down and one more to the right. Oof, there it is. So while I have this ball save at the bottom here, that's when I want to be just smashing into... Ooh, just missed it. That's when I want to be smashing into the grid targets up there and unlocking the next reactor. Basically, anytime you have a ball save, anytime you have a multi-ball, just smash the hell out of that grid, unless you're in a specific place, such as trying to destroy the reactor.
Welcome to the future.
All right, getting a little bit more warmed up here.
Lane save. Level 1. Complete. Wall save.
All right, let's. I could kind of tap pass it, or kind of code pass it in this game, but it's really not consistent. Generally, what happens is you get that, which is the last thing you want to happen.
Reactor unlocked. Shoot the left scoop to start reactor.
Just trying to get a feel for flipper control on this. It feels very different than everything else I have. Yeah, see, the tap passing is, it's not a slow tap pass, it's pretty fast, so it's not really gonna help a whole lot. But I think it could get me out of a little bit of a pinch if I can get warmed up on it. That's always a good thing to practice. So tap pass, for those of you who don't know, is it doesn't have to be from a trap holding the ball up. It can be while it's rolling, but basically you're just hitting the flipper just lightly. So you can kind of see it there. It's not going up all the way. So compared to normal flipper action, you don't even really hear the solenoid activate. It's quiet. So what the intent is you're doing that to just kind of like get it to bounce just a little bit, not a full bounce. In a lot of older solid state games, it's much easier to do that because they have softer flippers in general. On a game like this, very tricky. That reactor scoop is like one of the hardest things to consistently hit. I'm more often than not get it in off a bank, so like shooting off of this, might be tough to see on cam, yeah, you probably can't see it, but there is a set of rubbers just above these rad targets, and I find most of the time banking off of that and into the scoop is the way that I'll actually get it in. Either that or coming through the top lanes.
Welcome to the future. Wall save.
you can actually trap on this upper flipper, but there's not really a whole lot of purpose to it. All right, so let's start locking balls and stuff and actually playing. I mean, like I said, I do want to kind of work on tap passing a little bit, but I don't really think it's not something it's necessary on this game, but getting from the left flipper onto the right flipper could be a substantial help. So since it's primed anyways, I'm just gonna get into it. Start smashing targets while I'm in multi-ball here. Got one more shot on the grid there. And I do want to keep hitting those drop targets for the, that should get me into it here. I just want to try and regain control of this ball down here. Or not. Whew. Nope. Wow, brutal, brutal. That's what this game's all about. Super brutal. So, while you're in a reactor, starting in on the next ball, even if you've destroyed the targets up top, it can still be a good idea to get up there and smash around just to build up your point values and stuff. Oof. Yeah, always get better, always get good. I mean, this is a pretty brutal game. Its whole intent was to be a fast, flat game and take something like, I don't know, like maybe like a Sea Witch style game and just ramp up how fast it goes, the intensity, make the music great, all that stuff. So it's basically taking like an early 80s solid state and bringing it into the modern age. That's effectively what this pin's all about. And as a result, it's kind of intended to be very fast and brutal. You'll notice some of the things like you shoot into the scoop and it almost always comes out like instantly very fast. Comparing that to a stern, most sterns, if you shoot into a scoop, it's gonna go in there, do a little bit of registration and some code stuff, and then it's gonna kick out, so you got some time. On this game, it's like pop, pop, which is, you know, a lot of it is just based around trying to make it a little bit more fast-paced. And yeah, this pinball, in comparison to like a lot of early solid states, I actually find this harder than a lot of the early solid states. Maybe it's just a preference thing, but like I love games like Trident and Laser Q, and this game is much more difficult than that. Though I don't think it's more difficult than Stars. Stars is super punishing. Shit. I mean, generally speaking on this game, if I'm not getting to like Reactor 3 or 4, it's a bad game. And a good game is when I get to like maybe Reactor 4 through 6. I've never destroyed all 9 reactors. I don't really have a desire to chase after that. It's like if I have a good game and I get there, I get there. But for me, it's just like I enjoy just playing through this game. One of the things we were talking about on whose stream was it yesterday? German guy, can't remember. But we were talking about like in games having progression, how big of a difference it makes. Having a non-disjointed, yeah, we love pinball. Thank you. Yeah, having like a non-disjointed game really changes how it feels to progress in that game, how it feels to like make progress. And I feel like this is a pretty good example of having that that sense of you're actually accomplishing something. So here, this is a good example. I'm trapped up here. I've got my start reactor shot, and I've got my lock slit here. So what I want to do is get in the reactor, but I can get a twofer basically by shooting a lock shot, getting a ball into the lane, and getting a good successful plunge into the upper lanes there to get me into an easier shot into that reactor scoop, because it's so difficult to get in from the lower part for me. Come on. Ah, almost. So now I'm actually in a position again where I might as well do the exact same thing again, get myself locked, and then shoot up there again, because that way when I start into the actual reactor, I can get into a multi-ball as well. Or not. Another option here is if I start the multi-ball, I can get some ball save, and I can also shoot up there that way. Backhanding, I sometimes have success, but with no ball save right now, I'm just gonna go for that multi-ball. Ooh. So you heard the call out there, drain save level 1. What that gives me is this flashing white light that I can potentially get a ball save, and only on the out lanes, not down the middle. And I have to hit it. But once it's activated, then any drain will give me a ball save. Nope. I'm gonna let this one drain down again. Nope. And I don't have ball save now, so I might as well just start smashing these to try and get up to the reactor there. There we go. Shit. I was so focused on the upper. So while I'm up here, I'm actually trying to hit those 1, 2, and 3 targets on the right, as well as get my lanes. Right there, that's gonna advance reactor value. What was my mystery reward there? I think the mystery rewards are also locked. Yes, you can activate the ball save on the in lane as well. You just basically move it to wherever it needs to be. It just needs to hit one of those switches. Okay, so now we want to get back up top there. Ooh. Oh, I went the wrong way with my flipper buttons. That's a matter of get good right there. I am always a little bit shy on that plunge. I think I need a slightly stronger spring so where I pull it to feels correct. Oh, give me that one. Nice. That was lucky. So I have one destroy shot. Ooh. So I can backhand up to this destroy target. It's a little bit tighter, but it is possible. The left destroy target is a lot easier to backhand up to, in my experience. Not what I intended to do, but it worked. Gonna try and get up into multi-ball again. I'm gonna try to not suck so much here. Yeah. I feel like I'm the loose cannon on the team, who's like, it's like only my second or third job, but like I'm like, I know somebody on the crew, so they're like, trust me, he's solid, but I'm gonna fuck up the whole heist. Yeah, the theme of this basically is you're playing I'm pretty sure she's nameless, a nameless female protagonist who is destroying an evil corporation's reactors or something. I don't know. You don't play this game for the story. Okay, so we want to get into the multi-ball here and start smashing that grid. That's not how we're gonna do it. Or that. There we go. Wow.
Reactor.
Who earns? Who earns? I wish there was some kind of mod out there to make this scoop reject a bit less. Like maybe some little tabs on the back or something to help stop it from rattling so much when it gets up into there, but that's...
Please stand by for reactor startup.
I think it's just the nature of how it's designed with it passing through up there. I think the only scoop that I've had more problems with on a game is dialed in SIM card scoop. That one is also notoriously reject heavy. Really all of dialed in scoops were kind of the same way, and they didn't really have an excuse to be. There were some cliffies you could get for them that definitely increased the amount of good shots you'd get. Ooh. But it didn't help that much. Ball save's good. Come on, hit it. Ah, there we go.
Super spinner initialized. Full save.
Ah, it's never quite there. All right, so we need to clear those drop targets there. We need to make one shot for each drop target, then a scoop shot, and that will reset our multi-ball locks. So basically, hitting these targets is the equivalent of lighting locks. All right.
Lit.
Starting to get a little bit better of a feel for the shots on this. I think the last time I played this game was probably like 3.5 weeks ago. Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna be chasing those locks and trying to advance through our reactors here. Alright, so now that I'm out of my ball save, that's when I want to be starting working on these locks. Ooh, what happened there? It was a weird flip. Let's try a tap pass here. It's just really unreliable because of how tight it is. I actually find the right flipper is a little bit more forgiving for a tap pass, which is the opposite of what I want. I want my left flipper to be the weaker one. I mean, I can get it. It's just it's a lot more difficult. Let's try and get our bonus multiplier up through those lanes. Ooh, so close. I hate when you think you've got the shot on the grid and it just doesn't register. There we go.
Scoop to start reactor.
All right, there we go. So I'm gonna try and go for the back end onto starting the reactor again. That should give it to me, yay. Perfect. Oh, come on. That sucks. Some quick destruction there. Okay. So what is my bonus multiplier at? I feel like I'm at ×3 now. I'm pretty sure I cleared 2 sets up there. Maybe not though. But let's try and reset those drops. Oh, brutal. I was a little bit early on my nudge. Shit. Try that tap again. That was not even close. Once you lose control of the ball on this game, it can be very difficult to regain it. I also have a real hard time doing slap saves versus just moving the game with my wrists. It's kind of the way I play. And that's always a hindrance for me on this game. Man, I am completely off on those plunges. Completely. Let's try that again. It is such a fine margin of where you can actually be on the plunge. That one's a scratch. We'll just pretend that one didn't happen. Get out of there.
Welcome to the future.
So I'm feeling like right there. That's close. Whoa, simmer down. This is what flailing looks like. There we go. I still got the center shot on the grid. There it is. Come on, give me one. Ah, fuck this. I am so bad.
Reactor startup sequence. Reactor online. Lane save. Level 1.
Ah. Sometimes where you drop in the top lanes can make a really substantial difference as well. Like I find if I'm in the R or the E or the C, I'm generally not gonna have a good set of bounces up there, and I really have to, you know, utilize a nudge to make that happen. See, like the C's are always gonna do that by default. So O is what you want. Ooh. I read that completely wrong. Let's see if I can get this plunge. Not there yet.
Critical. Wall save.
Yeah, no kidding. Where are they playing?
Wall save.
Because they're doing like a studio stream.
Level 1 locked.
That's cool.
2 locked. Lane save. Level 2.
What am I doing here? I need to.
Danger.
Whew. A little bit of a fumbling save there.
Jackpot. Choose the left scoop to start reactor.
I always lose those multi-balls so fast. Cool. always hit the scoop when I don't want to, so maybe whenever I need to hit the scoop, I should get it on my right flipper and aim for the left lane. Ah, that felt real good. It wasn't there, but it felt right.
Combo. Danger.
That left destroy target is very easy to backhand, but I have a hard time hitting it with the right flipper. There we go. Oh, it's very easy to backhand. real easy. You get it pretty much every time. Fuck me. So are they doing just a single band at the
Welcome to the future.
single band at the venue every Tuesday, or do they have like a bunch of bands? One band every Tuesday? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ah, so close. Oh my god, I did not think I was getting that one back. And I shouldn't have. One-ish hour streams, mini concerts. That's pretty cool. I think this whole COVID thing and all the things that are kind of getting converted over to streaming or online or whatever really presents just how much better it would be to have a lot of this stuff that way anyways. So like, let's say for example, like concert tickets, like if I want to watch a live stream of Nine Inch Nails or whatever, I could pay $200 for a ticket and, you know, get floor seats or whatever. Or I could pay $170 and get tickets in the stand somewhere, or like $140 for the nosebleeds. Or I could pay like maybe $70 or like, you know, scaled down accordingly to the size of the band, but pay much less and watch a 4K live stream of it. I'd rather watch the live stream. I hate people. I'd rather be at home. And like, the other thing too is like, you know, Nine Inch Nails is a good example. I've seen Nine Inch Nails like 9-10 times over the years. Queens of the Stone Age is another good example. I've seen them like probably like 15 times. And I no longer need to see them to like take it all in, if that makes sense. Like, I've already taken it all in. I just want to hear the new songs on a new songs, see the new stage layout, that kind of stuff. And I feel like I don't necessarily want to pay as much to see that anymore, the way I did when I was a bit younger. Like, I was really hoping that, yeah, the atmosphere in the concert hall can be vital to the experience, but it can also be a detriment. Like, think about, like, I mean, maybe it's not as common in Europe, but, like, the arena shows of North America are the biggest shows of, like, if you're a big artist, if you're a popular artist, you play arenas. And arenas historically have had fucking garbage sound. Like, they were, you know, echoey, reverbed out, no sound treatment, no acoustical treatment for the walls and stuff. So it's just super echoey and muddy sounding. they'd have to crank up the volume on it and crank up the treble and the mid-range on stuff just to cut through all that echo. And instead of that garbage atmosphere, I'd rather watch it from home and they can play wherever the fuck they want with good sound, and I, by proxy, get good sound as well. And I think going forward, more bands are gonna try and do something like that. Why wouldn't they? Smaller band can have a huge audience if it's a global audience, you know? Let's try and get a backhand on that reactor. Yeah, buddy.
Please stand by for reaction.
And like, I've seen a lot of bands. I went to Coachella for 14 years, something like that. No, 12 years, and I did double weekends for the last few years. So like, I've seen a lot of bands, and I've seen a lot of festivals, and I've seen a lot of arena shows. Like when Daft Punk toured in 2007, I went to 3 of their shows that year. Saw Rage Against the Machine a few times that year. You know, stuff like that. Like, I've seen like a lot of bands, and the one thing they all have in common is a lot of them, especially the smaller bands or more indie bands, have an audience. They have a big fan base. It's just their fan base is way more spread out than a lot of bigger bands. Oh, come on. That should have counted. I was really hoping to get an out lane for the, or an in lane for the ball save timer there. That would have helped. Let's try and clear up our locks here. Come on. I'm gonna go for it. No dice. Shit. I guess the one exception to that regarding bands is I used to go to a lot of punk shows in halls, a lot of hardcore shows in halls, and like the vibe in a rented hall is quite a bit different, and the whole experience is based around the fans and not so much the bands. You know, the bands are playing a soundtrack to, you know, whatever.
Level 2, skill shot complete. All saved.
But I also don't know that anybody would want to watch a live stream of a shitty local punk band, so people can still go to those ones. Come on.
Shoot the left scoop to start reactor.
Yeah, I don't think that scene will ever exist again either. It was something that I kind of grew up around, so it was always important to me. But I found probably like around 2009, 2010, there was very much a like the scenes were dying. The punk scene was dying, the hardcore scene was dying. Local promoters were either getting jobs at bigger promotion agencies or just quitting, doing something else. So a lot of the shows just stopped happening. And I think if kids don't grow up knowing that those are there, that shows are available to go to, that it's something they can do, they never go on to become promoters. They never go on to gain an interest in local music scenes. And they think the only time a band performs is when a big band comes to town and plays an arena or something. Yeah, I mean, And there's a lot of bands that would suffer from having only live streams, like, how y'all doing out there? And then they wait for chat to respond. It's like, all right, we got emojis, woo! Yeah. Yeah, kind of so are you saying people disobeying quarantine orders to have an underground music scene, or like an online underground music scene? I mean, realistically, if you look at like 90s warehouse raves, it's not really a whole lot different. But I don't know that a warehouse rave could happen right now, specifically because it'd be easy for the cops to find it. Like, where are all these people going? Oh, the one fucking place. Shit. Ah. Come on. Ah.
Lane save, level 1.
Ah, crap. I am having a real tough time on this game today.
Into the future.
I think this is also one of those games too that rewards you being in the right mindset for it. Like, coming from a game like Maiden, the flow on this game is completely different, and just the speed and reaction times, where the shots are, feels different. I think playing like a more typical fan layout game and then coming to this, you'd be in a much better place. Yeah, I never really went to a full-on warehouse rave, mainly because I don't really think they were much of a thing here, and I was pretty young at the time, but I did go to a rave with my cousin in the 90s, and it was fun. It was not like the warehouse raves you'd see like in the UK or something like that. Because like I said, I don't really think those existed here. Come on. Ah, ah. When you have one target left on the grid, it is so frustrating. You have to keep trying to shoot at that one target and it not register. Come on.
Please stand by for reaction.
I'm getting a lot more consistent on my backhanding those reactor scoops. Come on. Ooh, spicy. Thought I could get the save there. Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Like, all the prime, like abandoned warehouse that isn't full of asbestos. It's all bought up. I've got a call from my vet. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. My poor little dog is not doing great, and I need to get him some medicine to help ease his pain. So what time is it here? Probably stream for another hour or so, and then I'm gonna go and do that. Alrighty. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's sad, but I mean, he's like 10 years old, 10 and a half years old, and he's like, their best case life expectancy is like 13 years. He got he's got neuropathy, so he's basically got like ALS for dogs. Shooter McD 23, thank you for the follow. Let's do lock shots. Nope. I feel like when I'm going by feel, my feel is always off on those plunges, but if I'm visually looking at the meter and like being consistent, it's a lot better. However, it's hard to get consistency when you're trying to beat the auto plunge. Like if this game had no auto plunge, it'd be a lot easier to do that kind of stuff. Come on, hit it. Nice. So I'll probably use my multi-ball here to fill up grid. Hopefully. Yes, yes. One more shot. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up there. Just does not want to hit that one. Shit. Pup challenge, thank you for the follow. Okay, so we got our reactor readied up. That is reactor 2. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Seeds PGH. This is also one of my favorite games. I love it because it's like, when it came out, I really wanted an early 80s solid state. And there was like not really that any around at the time that I was really interested in. There were some that were like okay, but like condition wasn't great, or it wasn't a great theme or anything like that. Or I didn't like the way they played. And then this got announced and I was like, that's checking like every box of what I want on a solid state and then amping it up. The sound on this is great. It's awesome. So let's try, what do I want to do? I'm not gonna have any luck shooting the scoop from the right. Maybe let's try tap. That's how tap passes sometimes go. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, let's go for that skill shot. Come on. One off.
Level 2. Skill shot complete. Please stand
Yeah.
by the reactor startup sequence.
Oh my god, live communication with the audience on Zoom. You don't need that. You don't need that on a concert stream. You really don't. Ah. Let me get my ball save up here. Come on. Might as well try and get into a multi-ball. Yeah, that's the worst. That's like when you have an MC for an event or like a host for an event, and they won't just shut up and let the people who like let whoever people are there to see do their thing. Or like interviewers, like stop interjecting. No one cares what you think. We want to know what the artist is thinking or whatever. Come on.
Skill shot complete. Ball saved.
Come on.
Reactor critical.
Ooh.
Reactor destroyed. Ball saved.
Oh, now don't talk about the band's parents. That's the worst. Talking about the band's parents is like, it's like #1 don't do it kind of rule. Just 1 second. Yeah, my old dog just had a little accident here. I'm just gonna clean that up. I'll be like a minute or two. Oof, poor boy. Let me check.
Welcome to the future.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's that's pretty funny. I feel like a lot of conference type stuff. People are using conference type software for live streaming, and it's really not intended for that. Like, no offense, but I don't want to know what chat's doing right now. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Someone's playing Dark Souls. Oh, I hate Zoom. I used Zoom once and I was like, this is the worst fucking software. How is this popular? Jade, how's it going? Quasi audience, yeah. Okay, let's play the game. Oh, no. No, not today, Grandma. Not today. Where's he at? At what point is he in the Dark Souls 3 playthrough? This is important. Is he just starting a fresh character? Is he like SL 130? I love Dark Souls. How did that one not register? That is real annoying. Oh shit. That's terrible that it auto cycles through people though. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Are they at least moderating the video footage? Those left targets are just a nightmare. I don't even know where I'm supposed to really be getting an ideal shot on them from. Like, I feel like it's the right flipper, but with the right flipper, I'm never quite there. It's pretty annoying.
Welcome to the future.
Too spicy. So, I think it might be time. I wasn't gonna do it initially because I wanted to see how I'm actually playing today. And right now I'm playing like absolute shit. So I think I'm gonna do something which I've been doing kind of like solo when I play this game. which is this game, unlike every other pinball machine, I don't know that any other games have this feature, aside from maybe like Alice Cooper's Nightmare Castle, which is same manufacturer, but co-op. So this game has co-op in it, and I'm going to play co-op, just me, with myself. I'm going to play with myself. So let's do that.
Welcome to the future.
So in this game, you hold in start.
Co-op mode.
Co-op mode activates.
Add additional players now.
Score is shared across all 4 players,
Player 3.
and maybe we'll actually get some progression through the game this way. However, I do think it's actually a fun mechanic. I mean, it's like when I play with my girlfriend, we'll play a 2-player co-op game on this, and it's a lot more enjoyable for her because she's like helping contribute instead of just trying to do the same things that I'm doing while I stand there and explain how to play, which isn't nearly as fun for most people. So I can like do what I'm doing and talk through how I'm playing, what my approaches are and stuff. She can learn from that and then help contribute to it. So I can just say like, try and get it up to the top. And you know, that kind of stuff makes it a little bit more fun. Same with people like when my nieces come over, we'll play a game together. Or you know, friends who aren't as good at pinball. That kind of stuff really helps. She likes pinball a bit more. She really doesn't like board games though. I think pinball is one of those things that it being a tactile game makes a big difference. And I wouldn't say she hates all board games, she just hates board games with too many rules that can't be explained very quickly, and it's like too much for her to pick up on, whereas I like deep rules where I like am continually learning the game and developing strategies and stuff. Ugh. Like, I am playing like absolute ass. It's tragic. It's sad. I think I need to slow things down a little bit, which is very difficult to do on this game. But regain control here and hopefully get things sorted a bit. Don't panic. Thank you, George, for the the one viewer host. I appreciate it. We just started playing a 4-player co-op game. I'm playing with myself because I'm playing that bad that to actually make progress, I'm gonna have to do a 4-player co-op game. But after not playing a lot of pinball recently and not streaming for a while, kind of still getting a feel for where shots are and stuff. Played a lot better yesterday on Maiden, but this game has always been a lot more brutal to me than Maiden ever would be. Oh my god, how did I read that so wrong?
Please stand by for reactor startup sequence. Reactor online.
Yeah, and I think there is something to that. It's easier to be consistent as yourself, like just relying on just you for the game. So there's a thing that occasionally happens where I get an alert on my phone for my doorbell that somebody's at the door, and it's a dog because I live across the street from the dog park, and random dog showing up on my video feed is always good. But yeah, what I was saying is it's kind of easier to rely on your own consistency than the consistency of others, like hoping somebody else is going to be playing at a strong level throughout. Because most people don't. I'm lucky if I get one good ball most of the time. Wow. Look at this, I'm on ball 2. This is so sad. I'm on ball 2, Reactor 1. Ball 2 of 4 people. And I'm on ball 6 right now. I'm on Reactor 1 with 164,000. This is sad. It's so sad. Oh well. I'm having fun. I would say my favorite thing about co-op being on this game is that it exists. I don't need to play co-op all the time, but it being there for when I do want it is always fun. Like the fact that Stern hasn't added that in is an absolute travesty. I like Stern games, and they make a lot of good ones, but they also are really, I wouldn't say regressive, they're just not progressive. Yeah. Dog's gotta be at your door. The dog never rings the doorbell. That's how I know it's the dog, because the dog it'll say a visitor is at your door, and I look and I just see like a tail. That was lucky. Yeah. Finally. Ah. This is a tough one to backhand, but I know you can do it. Oh. That works. Pretty much always. It's the way I prefer to do it. The right one is much more difficult to do it on. Oh, come on! It moved the ball, it should count. Well, at least I'm actually progressing things now. that scoop. Get in there. So this lower rad target is one of the destroy targets right now, and it is very difficult. The A is not too bad. Okay, we got that one. Oh, so close. I was having a struggle right there. Yarr! There we go. We got some ball save. Let's utilize it.
Ball save.
It's fine.
Ball save.
Ooh, that was a spicy ball save that I didn't think I was gonna get.
Danger.
No, no.
Ball save.
Okay. I love getting those double grid shots for the reactor and then promptly draining. That's the best part of it. That's when you know it was a good shot. Okay, what are we on? Reactor 4. Last 4 balls. I seem to have the most luck getting R.
Shot complete.
R.
Ball one, right.
So sad.
Lane save, level 1. Skill check complete. Reactor critical. Reactor value max. Reactor chapter.
Okay, finally. Get that multi-ball. There we go. I think I must have got a hit on the A and the D on Rad there and did a quick destroy. Come on. Shit. So 2 balls left on Reactor 5. I am doing real bad for a co-op game. Sad. So sad. Yay! No, whoa.
Danger.
I bet at this moment you're wondering, is he even trying?
Level 1. Skill shot
No.
complete. Reactor online. All save.
The best part about this game is when you progress through the reactors, because you get fresh music. And then you drain, because you're not very talented. So, what did we get? Did we start Reactor 5? Yeah, we started Reactor 5 with 2.6. It's not great. It's not great. Can do better. I believe it. I don't know how much battery is left on this, so do let me know if it craps out. I'm gonna grab that battery now. No, I won't, because it's still charging. But let me know if this camera craps out. I can't see the screen on it. I really wish that camera could like fully flip around. You can, sorry,
Welcome to the future.
you can rotate it around quite a bit and stuff, but you can't get it all the way visible from the front. It's a design flaw. All right, come on, baby. Nope. Oh shit.
Player 2. Player 3.
Nope.
All saved.
You guys get to hear some really fun startup sounds. Look how they key up. Yeah, that's awful. Direct audio capture, so good. I honestly, so this is one of my biggest complaints with like modern pinball is like, there should be a port right on the side for direct audio and direct video capture. And it would cost them like nothing to put that in. I mean, the ports exist in most of the games. I mean, Sterns are different because they use stupid LVDS. But Stern could just have an HDMI output. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sort of modern for 20 years ago is kind of the best description of pinball. But like, I don't need everybody talking about like wireless connectivity and stuff.
Welcome to the future.
And I don't necessarily need wireless connectivity and stuff, but I would like some basic compatibility stuff put in place.
Player 2.
No, god damn it. I forgot to hold in start as I started it. Doing it again. That's another thing, like, you would think it would be relatively straightforward to maybe add another button on the front of the machine. Like, I've bought pinball buttons before. They're like $2. You know, like, upcharge me $5 if you want and put an extra button on there so I can just hit that to start co-op mode instead of like, okay, now hold in this button and then over here slap this and then tickle the tilt bob and okay, let's hold in start.
Welcome to the future. Co-op mode activated. Add additional players now. Player 2, player 3, player 4.
Player 2, player 3, player 4. Okay, let's see. Yeah.
Reactor unlocked. Skill shot complete. Reactor online.
I really like the skill shot in this game because the reward isn't just some arbitrary points or something. The reward is that you start your game sooner. It's good, real good. Nope, thought that was it, but it was not. Let's try again.
More saves.
Yeah,
Reactor critical.
yeah. Take that, Reactor. My mustache is getting long enough that just parts of it, not all of it, just parts of it are curling into the corners of my mouth and it's driving me nuts. Need to shave. I need a haircut, but I decided that I'm not doing quarantine haircut, I'm just doing quarantine whatever the hell happens. It's working out not so good.
2 left.
Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah. Hobo Chic, it's coming back.
All saved.
Unbelievable. You know what? We don't need this entire 4 balls. We'll just not use those.
Reactor destroyed.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it long enough so that I can do the Viking style cornrows and then just shave the back. Also, you can only hope for a ponytail to look classy. It's never gonna actually be classy. My hair is effectively at like hockey hair length, and it makes me feel dirty. Come on. Sad. So sad. Ah, come on. Oh, I'll tell you what I miss from being in quarantine. I miss playing Trident at Pinball League. It's the only game that authentically reminds me of old Greg. I want somebody to re-theme Trident to old Greg, but literally do nothing to the game except just change the title on the back glass. What's the difference between balding and reliably balding? You're either balding or you're not balding. Jared did. As soon as he started losing hair, he just shaved his head. I've got a hairline that's really trying to quit, but I think it'll hang on for a while. I'll just grow my hair out. So this is my quarantine. You know, people make like quarantine goals. My quarantine goal is that quarantine lasts long enough that I get old enough to have a really extreme receding hairline. But meanwhile, I've decided to not cut my hair, so I end up with a greasy, dirty skullet. That's my quarantine goal. Are we in the reactor? I think we are. Yeah, we're started. Oh, come on. Come on, Shelly. Come on. Oh, come on. Unbelievable. I think it's like one hair going into my mouth. Why do you want to be in there so bad? Sad. Shame. It is such a tight margin of error to get that. Nope. Almost had it. Almost. This is much worse than the previous game. Much worse.
Lane save. Level 3. Seal shot complete. Reactor critical. Reactor destroyed.
All right.
All saved.
Oh, I just missed the ball save there. That sucks. All right, let's just go for the lanes. Maybe. I feel like I can maybe get a slap save up there when it comes in off of C. Ah! But yeah, I feel like when it drops down through the C lane, instead of it just draining out, I might be able to get a slap save on it, but I don't know.
Lane save. Level 4.
Ah, right there would have been the time to try it.
Reactor chapter.
Oh. Just not playing very good. One more on the grid. There it is. Get into the reactor there. Nice. Really would have preferred for it to go down the in lane there and give me my ball save. So I could do that. Nope, not that. That's what I want. Oh, boy, oh boy. Well, we almost had Reactor 4 down there, so worse than last time, but most of that was just due to the entire first ball completely being wiped out on all 4 players. Concert's over is pretty good for a live stream of very loud music. Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing with like live streaming concerts, as long as the sound's okay, like, and that's the other thing too, is like you look at like modern mixing boards and stuff, a lot of them have connectivity and whatnot, so like being able to pull a good mix out of a mixing board and putting it into a live stream is like super easy these days, comparatively speaking.
Welcome to the future.
God, I hate that background buzzing or humming or whatever this game's putting out when it's not putting out audio. I think what's interesting too is this game doesn't seem to have a steady hiss. It only has a hiss when there's no sound coming through, or a buzz when there's no sound coming through. Maiden and Black Knight both have just a straightforward, no matter what's happening, there's a hiss. So you have to like remove the noise floor and like basically subtract audio from the stream. Whereas Judge Dredd's also like that too, and it's worse. But TNA, it's only while it's stopped, which is arguably more annoying because I have to keep it playing like all the time, or it's just like meh. Okay. Oh my god, did I forget to do co-op again? Alright, let's just play a single player one. Not quite. Oof. Well, this will be quick. I think I might have to do a shorter stream today anyways, even if I wasn't going to get Orson's medicine. Oh yeah. How's it going, Eric? Welcome to the sadness zone. I hate when it does that. So brutal. So brutal. Yeah. This is my break from doing nothing. My afternoon break from doing nothing to do something. Okay. Let's finish this ball up and then we'll do another co-op so that we can actually see some progress in the game. Because me playing solo today is not happening. Oh my god. I think a big part of it though is with this game, like, it just, the flow is completely different than, flow's completely different than any of the other Sterns or anything I have, so. I love co-op. I wish every game coming out now had co-op. There's no reason for it not to be in the game. Well, and I would make the argument that if there was a pinball machine, a modern pinball machine, to be an esport, it would be something more akin to this because it's simple. The rules, there's not deep rule sets that can be exploited the way there is on a lot of modern games, where you have like different strategies that pan out more, and like competition pinball takes all of that stuff into account, and so it's like, you know, it's relatively balanced. But there's also games that get put into tournaments that are just complete bullshit. They're based entirely on luck, and I personally hate that with a passion. But, you know, a game like this, it's always going to be balanced because there's nothing to it. You can see all the rules in play. There's very few deeper rules that are like, this happens when this happens, when this happens, when this happens. Whereas you look at something like Maiden and it's like, there's a lot of stacking rules and things that, like, if they're not properly balanced from a code perspective, they can be incredibly exploited. Shit. Thought I had it. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, like Hobbit is another really great example. Knowing, beyond just knowing the code on it, but knowing what modes are going to be the easiest for you to progress through. You know in a tournament you're not going to be able to play through a whole game. You're not going to finish it. That's very rare that would happen.
Welcome to the future.
So you can go into it and say, okay, I'm going to play these 4 modes first or whatever, because I know that they're going to be quicker and easier to complete with less risk. Fuck me, I started another single player game. I have a really hard time remembering to hold in start.
Reactor unlocked. Skill shot complete. Reactor online. Reactor critical.
I mean, if I do good on this ball, yeah, great, I'm all for it, but do I think that's going to happen? No. Who knows? was a bad bounce there. Yeah, the hang in there motivational cat. I feel like I can backhand this, but I have had no luck doing it today. Oh my god! Woo. I cannot believe it gave me that back. Oh my god. I thought it was gone. I thought it was gone. Cool. Alright. I want to clear up my ball locks. I don't want to rely on draining a ball just to reset it. However, fuck my life. Oh god. Yeah. Well, they're clear now. Still, I guess two reactors complete on ball one is not bad. Nice. Nice.
Skill shot complete.
Get in there. Nice. Ah. Yeah, that doesn't happen often. Alright, so I'm gonna have a little bit more trouble destroying 3 reactors here. I might as well try and get my multi-ball going to just splash around and hit them. Tactical failure. It's okay to fail as long as when you fail tactically. It's like planned obsolescence. Do I though? Alright, just the D target, I believe? Yes. So close, so close. Come on, get it. Ah, that one should have counted. There we go. Right as I drained and it gave me my ball save. Yes. Off one ball anyways. Ah, not bad. Not bad. I probably would have been better off there using that multi-ball instead of backhanding for the lock shots for the 2x jackpot, doing the grid targets, but whatever. All right, let's do it like this.
Co-op mode activated. Add additional players now. Player 2, player 3, player 4.
And we're back. Yeah, the direct audio is great. Yeah, that was, by the way, that was my battery dying in this camera. So, thank you Fujifilm for deciding that your DC adapter for your camera would, one, not be included in the packaging, and two, would be like $200, and three, would be an odd size barrel connection as well as an odd size input voltage. So it's a 15 volt DC adapter, which I have one in my house, and I'm a tech guy. I've got a lot of DC adapters, and one of them is 15 volt, and the barrel size on it is like somewhere in between all of my barrel sizes. I hate you, Fujifilm. I hate you so much. But I also love you because your cameras are great. So, all right. So we got co-op mode activated. Sounds good. Everything's good. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna try not to suck because this is my last game today. Lucky for you, it's a 12 ball game. All right, let's do this. Hey, Evan. Give me that ball save.
Ball saved.
So I'd like to get my bonus lanes built up a little bit. That's one thing that I don't think carries over between co-op mode. You know, when you drain a ball, you're clearing out your bonus multipliers anyways. It would be extremely OP to have that not get wiped on a drain. Ooh, now. So building that up is pretty valuable. I want to be smashing those grid targets to try and unlock my reactor here. Got one more shot to make. That's good. I can live with that. Damn. Yeah, total nuclear annihilation, or TNA, is it's a fun game. It's very basically taking everything that's great about early 80s solid state pinball machines, very flat, and just kind of ramping it up. Alright, so we're into the next reactor now. We're going to go for the grid up the middle there to try and unlock the next reactor. Oof. Oof. Not doing great. We're still on ball one. get into my locks here. It's always those left two. I never wanna. All right. Oh my god, I love when I get 2 balls up there. Even when it doesn't last a long time, it's still awesome. Mystery. +1 bonus times, that's good. That puts me up to bonus times 3. I don't even notice my accent, but it's like, I feel like the closest thing to how I talk is somewhere between like farmer, hockey, and valley girl. But I don't notice it, so I am never gonna get that damn shot. Come on. Yes. All right, when it's on the left flipper, I have a chance. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I need 3 shots just to activate my locks. From this side is a little bit more risky, so we'll just go for some grid shots. Got the left side taken care of, which is the spooky side for me. No pun intended. What are we on? Reactor 3 on ball 1. Doing okay, not great. Okay, but not great. Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine, I didn't realize her dad was like full on Irish, and the first time I met him, I was like, whoa! Because he's like full on old school Irish. And it's thick. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Some of those floaty shots are just really, really difficult for me to recover. That one, I don't know if I could have saved it, maybe from the right flipper. 2 Irish farmers talking about sheep.
Skill shot complete. All saved.
I don't even know what I need to destroy. Okay, the R, the D, and the right destroy shot. So just the D left. Just the D, ladies. Just the D. There it is. No? Come on. Come on, Shelly. There it is. Who am I kidding? There's no girls watching my stream. Pinball is a niche hobby. Ooh, I like when they trap up nice for me like that. The reactor is targeted. Okay, so I still need to complete these center shots. I'd like to ideally get them split just like that. Oh god, that's good. That's so nice. Now let's see if I can get a backhand to start the reactor. That'll work. That'll work. What do I want to do here? I don't know if this is... So what happened here is one of the drop targets actually bugged out and dropped down when it shouldn't have. However, I might be able to use that to my advantage. Yep. So that's going to save me one shot on relighting my locks. So I'm going to absolutely take advantage of that. Give me that ball save, come on. Yeah. Yeah. I probably should have tried to do a plunge, a manual plunge off of that one to try and get it up top, but wasn't thinking about it. I just wasn't thinking about it. I knew that was too spicy as soon as I let it go. What am I doing? I need to get into multi-ball here. Let's try for that tap pass. It didn't work earlier, but we're only on ball 2, so let's go for it. I mean, it had the intended effect. Ah, crap.
Reactor value match.
That's cool.
Danger.
But a real lack of control there.
Two blocked.
A little soft. Not intended. I am a little soft.
Blade save. Level 3. Skill shot complete.
Okay, we got the D. It's done. That's the hard one. Ish. Didn't think I was gonna get that one. I feel like it's not really worth the risk for me to clear those locks right now. Not in co-op mode. So I'm just gonna keep advancing the targets. That was unintentional, but whatever. If I get a ball save off of the... See, that's why I didn't really want to progress those logs. These shots with the stand-ups up and the grid are the most risky shots in the game. So I didn't really have an option there to like have a safe thing to do that actually progressed the game. It's all downhill from here.
Please stand by for reactor startup. Reactor online.
Oh, so close. No! Just needed to start multi-ball there and we would have been good. Oh no! It bounced out. Take advantage of that ball save right there. Ah, shit. All right, let's do it in multi-ball. I was hoping to get a plunge up top there, but brutal. Okay. So I really only have one shot here. I might as well take that and then do my locks. So plunge, hopefully get my skill shot, get onto the left flipper, backhand up to the destroy target, and then start working on my locks from the right flipper. Step one.
Blade save. 4. Skill shot complete. Reactor jackpot.
All right, step two. Almost like I fucking know what I'm doing. All right, let's get those locks going. And then while we're in our locks, we can build up our, ooh. Oh boy, that was spicy. A little bit of a delayed warning there. All right, we got a little bit of ball save. this ball save to build up my grid. Extended my ball save there. Just need to get into the scoop now. If I can regain some control of the balls now, this would be the time that I'd want that. Ah, so close. There we go.
Jackpot. Reactor Four. Bonus multiplier increased. Bonus multiplier increased. Danger.
Oof. That was an aggressive save, but it paid off. All right. So we got a lot of banging around to do up at the top. However, being that I'm on the right flipper and it's the last player, might as well try and progress some locks. One more shot will relight my locks. Oh, come on. Come on.
Locks elect.
I want to be trying to get my plunges up into the top there. Not like that. Gotta be careful here, I've got tilt warnings, so if something's going down, I'm gonna have to just let it go. Got a bit of ball save here. I kind of want to use this to hit grid shots.
Ball save.
That was close. And a bad drain at the end there, but that was okay. Decent progress there for a 12-ball game. Cool. Okay, well, that's it for me today. We're probably going to play some more of this tomorrow or the day after. I don't know when I'll be on next, but when things are set up on a game, it's a lot easier to just come back to it. So, thank you guys for watching today, and I will see you all later. Bye.